What is up, guys? Me again. It's time for another Around the World in 80 Days. And here we go. Detective Fix was in a hurry. He picked himself up and raced to the local police station to see if the warrant for Mr. Fox's arrest had arrived. It hadn't. Fix was annoyed beyond words, but at the least he had learned that Passaporta that Phileas Fogg's next journey would be by rail to Calcutta, on the opposite side of the country. Once more, Fix asked for the warrant to be sent on time to Calcutta. Early that evening, the train steamed off to journey to Calcutta with Mr. Fogg and Passaporta and Fix aboard. The green bag was looking a little fuller than usual. In Bombay, Passaporta had brought himself a present to show to his friends back home. It was a costume of the India Raja or Prince. The costume included a turban, a headdress, a white-colored robe, and a pair of colorful Indian slippers covered in false pearls. Passaporta was sure he would look at every inch of India Raja in those clothes when he got back to England. Several hours after the journey began, Phileas Fogg retired to his sleeping cabin. Passaporta decided to explore the train. As he wandered into the dining car, he was surprised to find Fix on board. "We meet again, my friend. I thought I'd go on Calcutta," explained the detective. It will be an interesting journey, and I've nothing better to do." Passaporta had never seemed bold enough to ask Fix what he did for a living. He wondered if he was a wealthy man and traveling for his own enjoyment. He waved goodnight. He returned to his sleeping cabin. To Passaporta, the whole trip seemed incredible. One moment he had been starting a new job in London. Now he was crossing India in a steam train. He was amazed to the changes in landscape. From the train window, he saw a flat plain, and then the mountains, hills, and thick jungles. One thing he couldn't quite understand was how the time, as related to London, changed further east they traveled. He seemed to be gaining time, and minute by minute. Passaporta owned a beautiful old watch that was his family heirloom. He was the last one 100 years old. It was at least 100 years old. He was very proud of it and wore it all the time. Earlier that evening, Phileas Fogg had asked him what the time and date was. Passaporta took at his watch and said, "Exactly 10 o'clock p.m. on October 20th, monsieur," he said. "I don't think so," smiled Phileas Fogg. "It is indeed 10 p.m. in London, but it is now 4 hours earlier than that by Indian time, where we're right on. Right now, it's only 6 p.m. Of course, I am sure you're right," apologized Passaporta, "but I have decided to keep my watch running on London time." Mr. Fogg smiled. He was quite happy for his servants to stay on London time. he is preferred to do so. The next day, the train came to a sudden halt, just 50 miles short of Aurangabad in central India. Why has the train stopped? Phileas Fogg asked in curious. There is no rail line between here and Allahabad, he explained. It hadn't been built yet. But this newspaper said that the line had been open, provoked Mr. Fogg. You must have believed everything you read. You must believe everything you believe, good sir, he said the conductor. Pages that have to be find their own way into Allahabad. Mr. Fogg remained calm. He was in no hurry. He was still at least 2 days ahead of his schedule. His next target, October 25th. When a steamship left Calabar for Hong Kong, it was Passepartout who came up with the idea to get to Allahabad. When we get to India, travel like an Indian. Like the Indian, he said to his master. Phileas Fogg was confused. An elephant, monsieur, cried Passepartout. We must travel by elephant. And that's all for today. See ya.